The life and legacy of Jayavarman VII, the king who built hospitals and roads. A visionary king rises from the ashes. Imagine an empire brought to its knees, its sacred capital sacked, its people suffering. Then, from this despair, a visionary leader emerges, not just to reclaim lost glory, but to reshape the very fabric of his society with a revolutionary ideal: compassion for his people. This was King Jayavarman VII of the Khmer Empire, a ruler whose legacy extends far beyond the majestic stone temples of Angkor. While his predecessors built monuments primarily for gods and kings, Jayavarman VII introduced a radical concept: public welfare. He commissioned a vast network of hospitals and roads, weaving together his sprawling empire with arteries of healing and connection. But who was this extraordinary king? And how did his life experiences shape such a profound and enduring legacy? Join us as we explore the tumultuous rise, compassionate reign, and lasting impact of Jayavarman VII, the king who built for his people. Chapter 1. From exile to emperor, a turbulent path to power. Jayavarman VII's path to the throne was anything but straightforward. Born around 1120-1125 CE, he was a prince of the Khmer royal family, but spent many years in self-imposed exile, possibly in Champa, modern-day Vietnam. This period of his life likely exposed him to new ideas and hardened his resolve. The defining moment that propelled him to power was the catastrophic Cham invasion of 1177 CE. The Chams, a rival kingdom from Vietnam's central coast, launched a surprise attack, even sailing up the Mekong and Tonle Sap rivers to sack Angkor itself, killing the reigning Khmer king. This was an unprecedented humiliation for the mighty Khmer Empire. Jayavarman, now in his late 50s or early 60s, returned from exile to lead the resistance. He galvanized the Khmer forces, and in a series of brilliant military campaigns, including a crucial naval battle on the Tonle Sap, he decisively defeated the Cham invaders. Having liberated his kingdom and unified fragmented territories, he finally ascended the throne in 1181 CE, beginning one of the most remarkable reigns in Southeast Asian history. His advanced age at accession may have instilled in him a profound sense of urgency, driving his monumental building projects. Chapter 2. A Mahayana Buddhist vision: compassion in action. One of the most defining aspects of Jayavarman VII's reign was his profound devotion to Mahayana Buddhism. This marked a significant departure from the predominantly Hindu focus of earlier Khmer kings. For Jayavarman, Buddhism's emphasis on compassion, karuna, became the guiding principle of his rule. His personal inscriptions, found on steles throughout his kingdom, vividly articulate this philosophy. A famous inscription from the Se Phong stele states, "He suffered the illnesses of his subjects more than his own, because it is the pain of the public that is the pain of kings rather than their own pain." This sentiment was revolutionary for its time, framing royal duty as a direct alleviation of popular suffering. This deep spiritual conviction directly translated into his ambitious public works programs. Unlike earlier kings who built primarily for the gods and for their own deification, Jayavarman VII's constructions were, in part, dedicated to the well-being of his people, reflecting a bodhisattva king ideal, a ruler who delays his own nirvana to help sentient beings. He identified himself with Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva of compassion, whose multi-faced images gaze serenely from the towers of the Bayon. Chapter 3. The king who built hospitals, a network of healing. Perhaps the most tangible manifestation of Jayavarman VII's compassionate rule was his extensive network of hospitals, known as Arogyashala, or Arogyasala. Inscriptions indicate he established an astonishing 182 hospitals throughout his vast empire. Structure and function. These hospitals were not merely infirmaries, but integrated complexes. Each Arogyashala typically included a central sanctuary dedicated to Paisajaguru, the medicine Buddha, a library, and a pond. They were staffed by doctors, nurses, and other personnel, and received regular provisions of medicine, food, and other necessities. Geographic spread. These hospitals were strategically distributed across the kingdom, from the capital region to distant provinces, ensuring that a significant portion of the population had access to medical care. Inscriptions even detail the specific provisions and personnel for each hospital, indicating a highly organized system of public health. Spiritual and practical. The dedication to the medicine. Buddha highlights the spiritual dimension of healing, but the practical provisions demonstrate a genuine commitment to alleviating physical suffering. This network was unparalleled in scale and scope in Southeast Asia during that period. Chapter 4. The King Who Built Roads, Arteries of Communication and Commerce. Beyond healing, Jayavarman VII recognized the importance of infrastructure for unifying his vast and diverse empire. He initiated a massive program of road construction, linking Angkor Thom, his new capital, with distant provinces and important strategic sites. Royal roads. These royal roads radiated out from Angkor like spokes from a wheel, connecting the capital to regions like Champa, modern-day central Vietnam, Phai Mai, in modern-day Thailand, and various parts of Laos, rest houses, Dharmasala, Agneswala. Along these roads, Jayavarman VII built approximately 121 rest houses, or houses with fire. These structures, often made of laterite, were spaced at regular intervals, roughly every 15 kilometers or a day's journey, providing shelter, water, and perhaps even food for travelers, pilgrims, and royal messengers. Some scholars believe they also served as fire shrines, perhaps for a sacred flame or as Buddhist way stations, facilitating control and trade. This extensive road network facilitated the rapid movement of troops, allowing for better imperial control. It also promoted trade and communication, strengthening the economic integration of the empire. The combination of roads and rest houses created a sophisticated logistical system. Chapter 5. Architectural Marvels, Angkor Thom and Beyond. While his public works are distinct, Jayavarman VII is also renowned for his monumental religious architecture, which reflected his Buddhist devotion and imperial ambition. Angkor Thom. He built the colossal walled city of Angkor Thom as his new capital, symbolizing a fresh start after the Cham invasion. Its grand gates, adorned with giant smiling faces, lead to the heart of his empire. The Bayon. At the very center of Angkor, Thom stands the enigmatic Bayon Temple, his state temple. Famous for its more than 200 serene, smiling faces carved on its towers, believed to be representations of Avalokiteshvara and perhaps idealized portraits of the king himself. The Bayon embodies his Mahayana Buddhist vision. Its bas-reliefs, unlike those of earlier temples, depict not only mythological scenes, but also vivid scenes of daily life and historical events, including the Cham Wars, Ta Prohm and Preah Khan. He also constructed major monastic complexes like Ta Prohm, dedicated to his mother as Prajnaparamita, the perfection of wisdom, and Preah Khan, dedicated to his father as Lokeshvara, another form of Avalokiteshvara. These temples were vast and intricate, serving as centers of Buddhist learning and worship. Neak Peen. This unique island temple, featuring a central pond surrounded by 4 smaller ponds, was designed as a symbolic medical facility where the waters were believed to have healing properties, further cementing his association with public health. A legacy of compassion and grandeur. Jayavarman VII's reign was a period of both unparalleled construction and profound social innovation. He was a warrior who unified a fractured empire, a devout Buddhist who infused his rule with compassion, and a visionary builder who extended the benefits of his reign directly to his people through hospitals and roads. While the sheer scale of his projects undoubtedly placed immense strain on the kingdom's resources, his legacy stands as a testament to a king who genuinely sought to alleviate suffering and connect his vast domains. Today, the majestic ruins of Angkor Thom, the serene faces of the Bayon, and the widespread remnants of his hospitals and roads continue to tell the story of Jayavarman VII, the king whose compassionate vision redefined kingship in ancient Southeast Asia. What do you think is the most remarkable aspect of Jayavarman VII's reign? Share your thoughts in the comments below.